Hi, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. And what you're seeing is not is not the best place. That is the remnants of the high gain AV680 vertical antenna that I have. Yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the 13th of February 2021. This will be take 2 of this program. And did the best I could to come on. We have no power at our home and we have no cell service. The ice storm that came was a lot worse than forecasters predicted. And it was interesting, however, though, it did not cover the roads or sidewalks. It was too warm to really cover the ground. Everything above, though, was just doused in ice. It was horrible, and it is horrible there back at home. I took my wife to work to give her an opportunity to, be safe coming to work and back. But anyway, let me show you a little bit of some of the photos here. First, the real bad news. This one was real tough for me. This is what's left of my high gain AV680 vertical antenna. It used to be at 33 feet and it snapped, literally just snapped. The weight of the ice, way too much for it to handle. And I did go out a few times to try and knock the ice off the antenna, quite a few times, just to try and save it because I knew the storm was bad and you could feel it was getting worse, but it was one of those things. So yeah, feel free to give comments if you'd like during this little short rendition of a show, but it's more to show you guys that, yep. So I told you it'd come back around 1900, but I just hoped it wouldn't be like this. There is just no power. There is nothing. So it is bad. Will Myers is here. Kilo Alpha 8, Golf India Mike. Will, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for coming on the show, bud. Really mean that. Folks, it is truly an amazing sight where I live. I'll show you real quick some pictures of what it looks like where I live after this ice storm. This is a photo just down the street from me. That's how bad the ice is. Basketball literally stuffed into the hoop and it's not going anywhere. It is now frozen into that net until the ice melts. We received over a ½ inch of ice, and people that understand ice storms or ice weather understand that that is a lot of ice. Usually about a ½ inch of ice is devastating. We got close to 3/4. It was that bad. So here's a tree and the truck that almost became one. Well, at least the truck is parked in a way that it can take all the leftover tree limbs to, to the dump or something, right? So that's what it is. Nikolai, how'd your storm go, man? You had some storm coming your way too with freezing rain and everything. This is literally from my wife's car. We have no power. We have no cell service. We have nothing. So I took my wife to work this morning just to make sure she'd make it in there safely. I brought my MacBook along and I thought, this would be great to do because this is exactly how the live shows will be done from Hawaii with the radio. So be working DX from Hawaii when we go and should be a lot of fun. So great opportunity to take this off of the personal hotspot on my phone and just make sure it works. So a good dry run a couple weeks out. And man, I'll tell you what, after seeing all this weather, yours truly is very excited for Hawaii to come. No doubt about that. So I'm going to show you a couple of the pictures here. Here's one more that I think I can share with you. This is just right next door to me. That is what's left of a weeping willow tree. It literally, this thing was probably 25 feet high, but it gives you an idea about that, the weather. Now, when you have a vertical antenna, how can what can you do? If you're new to ham radio, there's really not a whole lot when the weather comes in. You can take the antenna down. If it's on a tilt base, you can drop it down, keep the ice off it that will destroy it. Other than that, you really don't have much choice. You can lower extendable masts down, or you can do the best you can to try and keep ice off both the mast and the guy wires. For us, I did the best I could to keep it up, just couldn't do much better than what we did. So anyway, happy Saturday to everybody there. Sorry we can't do a full show today. Sorry CQ calling couldn't happen. It's just one of those things that when you have a real weather emergency like this, it's difficult to do. And now that generator's looking pretty sweet to me. It's like, yeah, we could put that out of the box after all and at least keep the food in the fridge cold. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hope everything's going well with all of you in ham radio and everything you're doing. I mean that sincerely. It's a pleasure and a privilege to do the show. I like doing them. It's enjoyable for me. Brings back a little radio, and radio's a lot of fun. Good memories. So anyway, folks, I think we'll probably wrap it. Starting to rain again, but it's warm enough now, I think, that we're not going to get any more freezing rain. Let me just take a quick look here at the dash. Yeah, think it's 34. So literally, like I say, we're in my wife's car. So it is, yeah, it is. We had a very significant storm. In fact, in my lifetime, and thumbs up for this. This is a myth. You guys, you're way too kind. Thank you. I mean that. Yeah, I've told you a million times. I don't take the show seriously. I do it for fun. I don't really, negative comments don't bug me. I mean, positive comments, they're always nice and I appreciate them. And I treasure them. I really do. No negativity bugs me. It's just not a big deal. I just do it for fun. So it's just nice to spend time with you all here. Any questions about radio, ham radio, things involved in radio? I'd like to do a show for you. And my plan was, if we can get cell service at the house, once our cell service is restored, I'm going to cobble together a show because, again, can't do anything with ham radio because we've got no power. But I can do stuff on some shortwave and some good receivers. That would be helpful, right? Great stuff you can listen to on the ham bands. A lot of us take our phone, right? We just take our phone. Easy to pop on a web SDR on your phone and get it on and be able to listen to any place in the world on the ham bands. But some of us still like to pull out those old radios and listen to them that way. That's a fun thing to do. So if I can get cell service back out at our home, we'll do a show today on some shortwave stuff. Great shortwave radios that pick up the ham bands that will help you to listen in and see some really good receivers. In fact, I'll tell you, there are some wonderful shortwave receivers that would rival the very best in ham radio as well. That I know for sure because I did it for a long time. Still do, but not as much now that with the ham radio because, you like to talk and enjoy the conversations too. So anyway, Great Lakes Reliance, hello there. Kilo 8, India Bravo X-ray. Welcome to inside my wife's car. Literally. It is so bad outside. And look at this. That's just one tree. From about 50 feet from me, maybe 100 yards, I should say. There's a giant power line that's just literally, it's down and it's right along the sidewalk. It's just catastrophic. I live from this location about 15 miles to the southwest, and there's nothing. There's no power. There's no cell service. But the roads aren't icy, which is strange because, as you know, typically with ice storms, you get on the roads, right? You get all the ice and snow, or I should say just ice. And then, of course, the ice collects on the power lines and on the trees and makes things miserable. Well, this never messed up any of the roads nor the sidewalks. It just destroyed the power lines and the trees. So about 12:30 in the morning, our power went out, and we're not expected to get power until tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get that power back. Anyway, it is not a good day. So if the cell service can come back up, which I hope it will in our town, we'll be able to do a show today. And my thought is why not, I can't do the ham radios because there's no power, but I could do one on receivers, and that would be fun because that's kind of my wheelhouse over the last almost 50 years. So it'd be fun to share with you some of the shortwave stuff I've got. So in Mississippi, yes, I heard about that. Look at that. That's Alpha Echo 5 Mike Alpha. I see Mississippi also. I heard that from the people at MFGA. They said an ice storm was coming down there. So yeah, boy, stay home, just stay off the roads. Stay warm and dry, be safe. Just be safe. That's the best thing you can do. So thanks for coming. It's nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you in this channel before. Thanks for coming. Again, embarrassed to be in my wife's car, but it's the only way I could come on today around 1900 UTC for wonderful friends like Stu Foster, who comes on the channel a lot and who I admire a lot, and I'm grateful he does. Says here, can't stay too long. Voice tracking is Drive Time Radio Show, which goes on Monday at 1600 UTC. Stu, you didn't tell me you were doing some tracking. Send me your voice track stuff, man. I'd love to see that. I want to hear it. Do it. Send me your voice track stuff. Love to do it. Great Lakes, what's your opinion of the ASU FT950? Might buy one for $800. I like the 950. I like the 991 Alpha better. That's me. I do. I like the 991 Alpha better. For that much money, you can buy a 991A and have a shack in the box, and a good one at that. In fact, I'll tell you what, my friend, on 20 meters, my father-in-law has one in California. He has a marginal, we all know that, multi-band dipoles are marginal antennas. An antenna that's not marginal is a monoband vertical or a monoband directional or a monoband wire, right? Say for 20 meters. That's not That's one that's not a marginal antenna. But when you're dealing with like a G5RV, like he has G5RV Junior, right? His antenna is only 20 feet high. And on 20 meters, Great Lakes, what I did was I was able to run like at 2 o'clock in the morning. I remember it real well, on 20 meters to Australia. That was about a 7,800 mile QSO on 20 meters in the middle of the night. That's unheard of. I mean, you just, in this part of the solar cycle, that's really hard to do. So I love the 991A. I would go that way. I know it's smaller. I know that, but boy, it's a great radio. Sean here. Thanks for coming from the UK, man. Thanks again for the nice email, too. It was great to hear from you. It really was. What a joy. It's always nice to hear. And that was a special one, too. So thank you. Appreciate that very much. All right, we're going to try and stay warm and dry. Now, there's the weather report from Romania. Lots of ice and wind blowing all day long. No power. Thank God they managed to fix it. Now it's minus 10 Celsius. Boy, that's cold. That is cold. Stay warm in Romania, Nikolai, and for all of you guys, thanks for joining in the show. Very short, abbreviated show. We will try and do one on shortwave receivers later today if we can get the cell phone service back up, because I can just run through a personal hotspot and get you on the air. So that's good. We'll see you soon, hopefully, okay? Right now, I'm going to try and get home and, see how many more trees and power lines are down before then. But it's been a tough one. Losing the vertical was tough. That's an expensive antenna. I think that was about $600 if I remember right when I bought it, and literally it's reduced to this.